8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
నమస్తే ఎంసీటీవీ న్యూస్ కి స్వాగతం నేను కళ్యాణి వార్తల్లో ముందుగా ముఖ్యాంశాలు బీసీలకు మాయమాటలు చెప్పి వారిని కులవృత్తులకే పరిమితం చేస్తున్న తెలుగుదేశం పార్టీకి బీసీలు తగిన గుణపాఠం చెప్పాలని మాజీ మంత్రి పుంగనూరు ఎమ్మెల్యే పెద్దిరెడ్డి రామచంద్రారెడ్డి పిలుపునిచ్చారు. నేడు పట్టణంలోని చౌడేశ్వరి కళ్యాణ మండపం నందు పుంగనూరు, మదనపల్లె, తంబళ్లపల్లె, పీలేరు నియోజకవర్గాల బీసీ కులస్తుల సమావేశం జరిగింది. ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో ఎమ్మెల్యేలు డాక్టర్ దేశాయి తిప్పారెడ్డి, చింతల రామచంద్రారెడ్డి, మాజీ ఎమ్మెల్యే అమర్నాథ్ రెడ్డి, ఎంపీపీలు జరీనా బేగం, సుజన, కౌన్సిలర్ జింకా వెంకట చలపతి, వైఎస్ఆర్సీపీ జిల్లా బీసీ మహిళా అధ్యక్షురాలు సంగీత, వైఎస్ఆర్సీపీ రాష్ట్ర బీసీ నేతలు ఉదయ్ కుమార్, ఈశ్వరయ్య, ముని, పోకల అశోక్ బాబు, బీఆర్ సెల్వి, కమల, మల్లిక, శారద, వినుత తదితరులు పాల్గొన్నారు. ఈ సందర్భంగా పెద్దిరెడ్డి రామచంద్రారెడ్డి మాట్లాడుతూ బీసీలను ఓటు బ్యాంకుగా ఉపయోగించుకుంటున్న టీడీపీకి బీసీలు తగిన బుద్ధి చెప్పాల్సిన అవసరం ఉందన్నారు. కులాల వారీగా ఇందులో చేరుస్తాం, అందులో చేరుస్తామని వారిని చంద్రబాబు ఇప్పటికీ
ఈ పార్టీ అధ్యక్షులు సుదీర్ఘ పాదయాత్ర చేస్తూ ఆయన పాదయాత్రలో భాగంగా ఎంతో మంది అన్ని బీసీ కులాల వారు కూడా వారు కలిసి మా కులానికి ఈ మేలు చేయాలా అది అడిగినప్పుడంతా కూడా ఆయన అన్ని శుద్ధంగా పరిశీలించి పూర్తిగా బీసీలకు మేలు చేయాలి, బీసీల వాళ్ళ అభివృద్ధి చూడాలి అనే ఆలోచనతో ఒక అధ్యాయాన్ని కమిటీ వేసి రాష్ట్ర వ్యాప్తంగా అన్ని జిల్లాల్లో కూడా ఈ బీసీ అధ్యయన కమిటీ పూర్తి చేసుకుని ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళు ఏ కులానికి ఏం చేయాలా ఆ కుల పెద్దలందరినీ పిలిచి ఒక సమావేశం కలిసి వాళ్ళ దగ్గర రిప్రజెంటేషన్ తీసుకోవడం జరిగింది. మరలా రెండవసారి కూడా ఒక 10 ప్రాంతాలకు 2 సమావేశాలు ఏర్పాటు చేసి ఇదే ఏర్పాటు చేసి అన్ని బీసీ కుటుంబాలను పిలిచి మీలో ఉండే ఏంటి మీకేం కావాలి, మీకు అభివృద్ధి చెందాలని మీకు ఏం చేయాలి అని అన్ని క్రోడీకరించి ఫైనల్ గా జగన్మోహన్ రెడ్డి గారు పాదయాత్ర తర్వాత
బాలుడి హత్య కేసులో యావజ్జీవ శిక్ష పడ్డ ఖైదీ మనస్తాపంతో మదనపల్లె సబ్ జైలు నందు ఆత్మహత్య చేసుకున్నాడు. మదనపల్లె సబ్ జైల్లో గురువారం ఈ సంఘటన వెలుగు చూసింది. సబ్ జైలర్ వేణుగోపాల్ రెడ్డి కథనం మేరకు కురబలకోట మండలం బీసీ కాలనీకి చెందిన షేక్ మస్తాన్ అదే ప్రాంతానికి చెందిన ఓ వివాహితతో అక్రమ సంబంధం పెట్టుకున్నాడు. ఆమె కువైట్ కు వెళ్తుంటే తిరిగి రప్పించడం కోసం ఆమె తల్లి వద్ద ఉన్న ఆమె కుమారుడు మహమ్మద్ ఇమ్రాన్ ను కిడ్నాప్ చేసి హత్య చేశాడు. ఈ అంశంపై ముదివేడు పోలీసులు కేసు నమోదు చేసి దర్యాప్తు చేశారు. మంగళవారం ఈ హత్య కేసుకు సంబంధించి న్యాయమూర్తి జీవిత ఖైదు విధిస్తూ తీర్పు ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. ఇతను కేసు విషయం తెలియకుండా పీలేరుకు చెందిన ఓ యువతిని వివాహం చేసుకున్నాడు. ప్రస్తుతం ఈ విషయం తెలియటంతో ఆమె బుధవారం తన గతి ఇప్పుడు ఏమి కాదన్నట్టు రోధించినట్లు తెలుస్తోంది. దీంతో కలత చెందిన అతను అదే రాత్రి అందరూ నిద్రిస్తుండగా బాత్రూమ్ లో పంచెతో ఉరివేసుకుని ఆత్మహత్యకు ప్రయత్నించాడు. ఇది గమనించిన జైలు సిబ్బంది మదనపల్లె ఏరియా ఆసుపత్రికి తరలించగా అక్కడ చికిత్స పొందుతూ మృతి చెందాడు. మృతదేహాన్ని పోస్టుమార్టం నిమిత్తం తరలించారు.
వాయిదాలు 3 గంటలు తిరుగుతానన్నామా. మళ్ళా సతీ సారు ఆయన గవర్నమెంట్ లాయర్ ఇద్దరు మాట్లాడి గిల్లా చేసి ఏమేమో చేసినారు.
వాహనదారులు ఖచ్చితంగా రోడ్డు భద్రతా నియమాలు పాటించాలని ట్రాఫిక్ సీఐ శ్రీనివాసులు తెలిపారు. నేడు పట్నంలోని టౌన్ బ్యాంక్ సర్కిల్ నందు 2 వీలర్ పైన స్పెషల్ డ్రైవ్ నిర్వహించారు. 18 సంవత్సరాలు నిండిన డ్రైవింగ్ లైసెన్స్ కలిగిన వారు మాత్రమే వాహనాలను నడపాలని సూచించారు. లేని పక్షంలో కఠిన చర్యలు తప్పవని హెచ్చరించారు.
మన మదనపల్లిలో రోడ్డు సేఫ్టీలో భాగంగా ఈరోజు వాహనదారుల మీద ఈ యొక్క ఎన్ఫోర్స్మెంట్ వర్క్ అనేది చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఎందుకంటే పదే మేము చెబుతున్నాము, లైసెన్స్ ఉన్నవాళ్లే రోడ్డు మీదకి రండి. మనం అనుకున్న విధంగా రోడ్లు లేవు. ఎందుకంటే మనం ఎంత జాగ్రత్తగా ఉన్నా కూడా కొన్నిసార్లు పొరపాట్లు అనేది జరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది. చాలామంది తల్లిదండ్రులు ఏం చేస్తున్నారంటే వాళ్ళ పిల్లలకి బండ్లు ఇచ్చేసి 12 ఏళ్ళు 13 ఏళ్ళు పిల్లలకు కూడా వెహికల్ ఇచ్చేసి వదిలేస్తున్నారు. మరి వాళ్ళు ఎందుకని ఇంత నెగ్లిజెన్స్ కొన్నారో మాకైతే అర్థం కావటం లేదు. మాకైతే భయం వేస్తుంది. ఎందుకంటే ఏ టైంలో ఏం జరిగిద్దో అనుకొని మా టెన్షన్ మాకుంది. కాబట్టి తల్లిదండ్రులందరూ కూడా మీ పిల్లలకి దయచేసి వెహికల్ ఇవ్వద్దు. వాళ్ళకి ఏదైనా లైసెన్స్ కానీ ఏదైనా కావాలన్నప్పుడు మమ్మల్ని సంప్రదించండి. మా తరఫు నుంచి మీకు ఏదైనా హెల్ప్ కావాలంటే చేయడానికి మేము రెడీగా ఉన్నాము. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం ఏంటంటే చాలామంది హెల్మెట్లు టౌనే కదా, ఏముందలే టౌన్లో వాడద్దు అనేది ఒక అపోహ ఉంది. కాబట్టి ఇంటిలో నుంచి బయలుదేరిన తర్వాత ఏ వ్యక్తి అయినా కూడా టౌన్లో కానీ అవుట్ సైడ్ వెళ్ళినా కూడా తప్పనిసరిగా హెల్మెట్ ధరించాలి. కాబట్టి ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ ట్రాఫిక్ పోలీసులు సహకరించాలని విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తారు.
మదనపల్లెకు జాతీయ గీతానికి ఏంటి సంబంధం? ఎందుకు రవీంద్రుడు ఈ ప్రాంతానికి రావాల్సి వచ్చింది? వచ్చిన సమయంలో ఏం జరిగింది? విశ్వకవి రాసిన ఈ కవితకు బాని కట్టిందెవరు? ఆయన మదనపల్లెను బిసెంట్ దివ్యజ్ఞాన కళాశాలను ఏమని సంబోధించాడు అనే అంశాల గురించి విశ్రాంత ప్రొఫెసర్ ఎస్ఎస్ఎస్ శేషన్ ఆల్ ఇండియా రేడియోకి ఇచ్చిన ఇంటర్వ్యూ మన ఎంసీటీవీ ప్రేక్షకుల కోసం. మన జాతీయ గీతం మన ప్రాంతంకు ఉన్న సంబంధంపై ప్రత్యేక కథనం.
The song Jana Gana Mana and the Andhra connection. In our weekly English program, today we bring you a talk by Professor KSS Sheshan on this theme. The song Jana Gana Mana and its Andhra connection.
Jana Gana Mana Dinayaka Jaya He Bharata Bhagya Vidhata.
Audiences stand up reverentially as the very first strains of Indian national anthem Jana Gana Mana waft through the air at the conclusion of any public function or program. But not many would know that its melodious tunes, which are commonly followed all over the country today, were composed in Madanapalli, a discrete town in Andhra Pradesh.
Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha, Dravida, Uttara Vanga.
The poem was written by Rabindranath Tagore as early as 1911 and was sung at the annual session of Indian National Congress at Calcutta on December 27 that year. But it was at Besant Thesaphil College in Madanapalli, where Tagore stayed for few days in February 1919, that the now familiar tunes were set. It was Margaret Cousins, the wife of noted educationalist James Henry Cousins, who composed the tunes for Jana Gana Mana. James Cousins was then the principal of the Madanapalli College that was established by Dr. Besant. Dr. Besant had a great liking for Madanapalli, for it was the birthplace of the famous philosopher Jiddu Krishnamurti, her adopted son. Tagore was on a tour of South India and was much tired when he reached Bangalore in the last week of February 1919. On the advice of C.F. Andrews, he decided to rest at the Thesaphil College in Madanapalli, about 120 kilometers southeast of Bangalore. Surrounded by a chain of rugged granite hills on all sides, Madanapalli, nestled in Chittoor district of Andhra Pradesh, besides its scenic beauty and lush green vegetation, is also known for its cool and salubrious climate. This place is renowned for its healthy, dry weather unmatched anywhere in the state. Madanapalli, for its enchanting climate, has been variously hailed as the poor man's Ooty, common man's Kashmir, pensioner's paradise, etc. It was the summer resort for the European officials from the very early British rule. Sir Thomas Munro, the first principal collector of the ceded districts, built a bungalow here in 1800 and lived during summer months every year. Since then, Madanapalli became the summer resort of every collector of Kadapa, the district to which Madanapalli then belonged. It was in 1911, when Chittoor district was formed, that Madanapalli became a part of the new district. Horsley Hills, situated about 25 kilometers from here, is now the official summer resort of the Governor of Andhra Pradesh. The well-known Rishi Valley School, run by the Krishnamurti Foundation India, KFI, is located few kilometers away. The Union Mission Tuberculosis Sanatorium, UMTS, once hailed as one of the best sanatoria in the world, now called as Arogyavaram Medical Center, is located in the outskirts of the town. Madanapalli is the birthplace of Jiddu Krishnamurti, and therefore the town became a must place of visit to many a thesaphist world over. It was again in Madanapalli that Reverend William Chamberlain started in 1889 the Christian Endeavour Society for the first time in the country. It is interesting to note that the BCG vaccination for the first time for the entire South Asia was inaugurated here in 1948 by the then Union Health Minister Rajkumari Amrit Kaur. Besides several firsts of national importance, Madanapalli also had a first grade college started by Dr. Annie Besant in 1915. Inaugurated by Lord Pentland, the Governor of Madras, this college incidentally was the first ever college in the Rayalaseema area. Madanapalli College soon became prominent for the entire Madras presidency. Very eminent educationalists of the day like Ernest Wood, Janarajadasa, James Moore, Dr. Bhagat Ram Kumar, Dr. Gurumurthy and others served the college as its principals. But soon the college had to face the wrath of the government as Dr. Besant's involvement in national movement became more intense. When Dr. Besant started Home Rule agitation in 1916, the students and staff of the Madanapalli College participated in the movement with great enthusiasm. They exhibited intense feelings of patriotic fervor when the news of Dr. Besant's arrest on 16th June 1917 and her subsequent internment at Ooty came to be known. As a result, the government of Madras declared Madanapalli College as institution non grata. The usual grants were cut off and its affiliation to Madras University was cancelled. Undaunted by the disaffiliation and denial of grants, Dr. Besant named the college as Wood National College in the name of Professor Ernest Wood, a renowned educationalist and a close follower of Dr. Besant. She got it affiliated to the National University at Madras, which was newly organized by the Society for Promotion of National Education, SPNE, for which Rabindranath Tagore was the Chancellor. The other prominent constituent colleges of the National University were the National Women's College at Banaras, the National College at Hyderabad, Sindh in the present Pakistan, the College of Agriculture and Commerce at Madras, and the Teachers Training College also in Madras. The students of the National University, unmindful of the disaffiliation by the Madras University and the consequent de-recognition of their degrees, used to sport their degrees as BA or BSc with an affix NAT, meaning national. When it was suggested that Madanapalli College as the right place to rest, Tagore was only happy, for he felt that he would be with the staff and students of the college affiliated to the National University, for which he was then the Chancellor. Tagore also felt happy to be in the company of Dr. Cousins, whose poetry in English he always admired. The Cousins were a wonderful Irish couple. Dr. James Henry Cousins was a multifaceted personality. Besides being a noted educationalist, he was also a well-known art critic, a poet, a staunch follower of Dr. Besant, a committed theosophist, and a great votary for Indian independence. He started a campaign to establish art galleries in every town and city in India. The first such gallery, Chaitralaya, was established in Madanapalli by him. He had a great appreciation for vernacular poets and their poetry. It was Dr. Cousins who conferred the title Kavi Kokila on Duvuri Ramireddy, a noted Telugu poet of that time. Dr. Cousins served for some years as professor of art criticism at Tokyo University. He was for a long time cultural advisor to the Maharaja of Travancore. His wife Margaret Cousins, besides being a great support to Dr. Cousins in all his endeavors, also was a prominent leader on her own. It was Margaret Cousins who founded the All India Women Association, the first ever organization exclusively for women in India, and she was its first president. It is to be noted that this association continues even today, effectively serving the cause of Indian women. It is again to her credit that in 1917, Mrs. Cousins was made the Justice of Peace. She was thus the first ever woman magistrate in India. Cousins couple encouraged students, often adopting them for years, wherever they lived, whether it was Madanapalli, Madras, Kotagiri near Ooty, or Thiruvananthapuram. Their home was always beaming with a host of students. They both commanded great respect in the intellectual circles in India and abroad. Even Mahatma Gandhi held Dr. James Cousins in high esteem as an educationalist. In deference to the wishes of Dayanand Kosambi, father of D.D. Kosambi, the historian, Gandhi wanted to send some Buddhist students to Ceylon to study Pali with the financial support that was agreed to be borne by Kamal Nayan Bajaj, the noted industrialist. Gandhiji, in a letter addressed to Kaka Kelkar, one of his staunch followers, wanted him to request Dr. Cousins to identify and recommend such willing students to be sent to Ceylon. C.F. Andrews was a close friend of Cousins couple for decades, and it was his desire that Tagore should get the needed rest and become refreshed in the intellectual company of the Cousins couple at Madanapalli. He has accordingly sent a wire to Cousins urging him to play host to Tagore. He also indicated to see that the poet was kept away from any formal programs during his stay in Madanapalli College. Tagore reached Madanapalli Road Station by train in an exclusive compartment on the evening of 25th February 1919. He was received at the station by the Cousins couple. Tagore stayed in a cottage in the college premises, now called as Tagore Cottage. Rabindranath Tagore's stay in Madanapalli College became momentous because the song Janagana Mana was given the melody of the musical tunes with which it is now sung all over the country.
Janagana Mana Adhinayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata.
Till then, the song never had a uniform tune. People were singing it as they liked in varied ways with great regional variations. It was the practice of Dr. and Mrs. Cousins to hold informal meetings with the college community on every Wednesday night after dinner, and it was called a sing-song fun session. It usually was with programs of healthy hilarity and fun. The entire session used to be mostly with recitation of poems, some mind games and the like. These sessions were normally held in the living room of their residence on the campus. But as Tagore was staying on the campus, and having known his taste for cultural programs of this type, the Cousins shifted the venue to one of the larger classrooms in the college, as more number of people were expected to attend with a view to be in the company of the poet. Having recovered from fatigue, Tagore was also seen taking stroll and watching the college students at play. Therefore, everyone speculated that Tagore would attend the sing-song fun session on that Wednesday. The speculation turned to be real, and the poet did turn up at the session when it was already on. When he arrived at the door, they suspended a hot potato game to make room for him in the center of the crowd. There was singing of chorus. Dr. Cousins sang an Irish song. After that, there was another chorus by all those who were present. Then Rabindranath Tagore himself asked if he might sing one of his poems. Little did the audience expect that they were to hear a poem rendered by Tagore himself.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा.
Writing about how the song was first heard by them as sung by Tagore, Dr. Cousins had recounted thus, I quote, "In a voice surprisingly light for so large a man, he sang something like a piece of geography, giving a list of countries, mountains and rivers, and in a second verse, a list of the religions in India. The refrain to the first verse made us pick up our ears. The refrain to the second verse made us clear our throats. We asked for it again and again, and before long, we were all singing it with gusto. Jaya Hai, Jaya Hai, Jaya Hai, Jaya 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 Hai. Victory, victory, victory to thee." I unquote.
विंध्य हिमाचल जमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे.
The large assembly gathered that night was overjoyed at listening to the song Janagana Mana from the very lips of Gurudev. Mrs. Cousins, who was highly gratified at the rich thought content of the poem, decided to give suitable tunes to the poem. She was herself an accomplished musician, having taken a degree in music from the University of London. The next day, she discussed with Tagore on the notations and the general theme of the song. Tagore explained the nuances of the poem and indicated broadly the swara for the song. With the help of her girl students of the college, for whom she taught music, Mrs. Cousins worked on the tunes for Janagana Mana. She carefully studied the meaning of each line of the song and composed the musical notes. When she was ready with the final version of her composition, she spoke to Gurudev and briefed him on the swara she composed. With the staff and students assembled in the same classroom where Tagore sang on the previous day, Mrs. Cousins, with the help of her students, to the accompaniment of few simple musical instruments and in the presence of Tagore, rendered the entire song to the tunes she composed. The assembled audience was thrilled when Tagore spoke few words appreciating the melody of the tunes and the efforts of Mrs. Cousins in composing them. Thus, the poet had approved the tunes, making it as the final form of his popular song, Janagana Mana. About this event, Dr. Cousins in his autobiography has stated, I quote, "It made literary history and carried the name and thought of Tagore into the minds and hearts of millions of young in schools and colleges and outside them, and ultimately gave humanity the nearest approach to an ideal national anthem. It happened, as so many great events of the spirit do, without anticipation and without collision." I unquote. For the mere beauty of the song and for the melody of its tunes, Janagana Mana from then on at the initiative of the principal, Dr. James S. Cousins, was sung regularly at the daily morning assembly of the students of the Theosophical College as well as the Theosophical School in Madanapalli. Through the students and visitors, the proper way of singing the anthem was carried to the nook and corners of the entire country.
Jana mana dhinayaka jaya he Bharat bhagya vidhata.
Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravid Utkal Banga
Vindhya Himachal Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jaladhi Taranga.
Adding to it, some of the volunteers who went from Madanapalli to participate in the annual National Congress sessions at Madras that year also taught others the exact way of singing the anthem. It was during his stay in the college that Tagore also translated Jana Gana Mana into English. For few days, early in the mornings, basking in the winter sun, Tagore sat on a stone slab under the Gulmohar tree in front of his cottage and bent over his Bengali song Jana Gana Mana line by line, finding the equivalent words in English. He wrote in his own beautiful handwriting and named it as the Morning Song of India. At the bottom of the translated version, he signed his name, dated it as 28th February 1919 and presented it to Dr. James Cousins. Later, when the college was in financial crisis due to the withdrawal of grants by the government of Madras consequent to the participation of the faculty and students of the college in the Home Rule agitation started by Dr. Besant, the Morning Song of India document in Tagore's handwriting was sold to an American art collector for a fabulous but undisclosed price. The money thus collected was added to the college fund. However, a photocopy of it was made before the original left the country forever. This copy is preserved in the Madanapalli Theosophical College even now. A village, Chippili, in the outskirts of the town, went on fire one evening when the college students were preparing to perform before the poet the play Sacrifice, written by Rabindranath Tagore. The drama was abandoned and the college scouts troop at once went to put off the fire. Tagore compensated with this recital of one of his plays and the proceeds were given to the dispossessed villagers. The same day, when a check for a poem published in a Japanese newspaper came to him, he handed it over to the fire fund. Tagore also went on the next day evening with Mrs. Cousins and sang for the patients at the local hospital. When a purse was presented to him on the occasion, he gave it to Mrs. Cousins to be added to the fire fund. Thus, out of the contributions made by Tagore, the Chippili villagers were supported until their homes and activities were fully restored. Tagore, having fully recouped, left Madanapalli on 2nd March 1919 to continue his South Indian tour. It is said that before leaving, he called the Madanapalli College as the Shantiniketan of South. In 1937, when a fierce controversy was raging over the selection of the national anthem, it was James H. Cousins who fervently pleaded that Jana Gana Mana should be confirmed officially as the national anthem of India. He wrote, I quote, "The poem would become one of the world's precious documents. From Madanapalli, Jana Gana Mana spread all over India and is admired in Europe and America." I quote. Tagore's Janaganamana was declared as the national anthem as Dr. James Cousins assiduously played it during his lifetime when India became republic on 26th January 1950.
వార్తలు ముగించే ముందు ముఖ్యాంశాలు మరోసారి. ఈ వార్తలు ఇంతటితో సమాప్తం. తిరిగి ప్రసారమయ్యే ఎంసీటీవీ న్యూస్లో మళ్ళీ కలుసుకుందాం. అంతవరకు సెలవు. నమస్కారం.